Hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I considered doing a book review, and you may get that later on in this video. But for now, I need to tell you that I'm late. No wait, that sounds like I'm pregnant. No. It's difficult for men to get pregnant. I'm sure it's possible in some part of the world. Seahorses can do it. I, however, can't. And no, I meant that I'm late for work. Basically, my father came into my room at 7 o'clock this morning, and you might be there thinking, oh, that's early. Well, I usually get up between 6 and 6:30 for work, so I was late, and he came in. He said, "It's Monday, Charlie." And I went, "No, it's not," thinking he was having one of his jokes. But you know something? It is actually Monday. I could not believe it. I completely lost a day. And then whilst I was sat there in bed, going back to sleep, thinking about the fact that my father had come in, and why would he come in and tell me it's Monday, I remembered, morning Mr. Magpie, I remembered an entire day that I'd lost. I was pretty sure that I'd gone to sleep on Saturday and woken up today. And Lord, it was the strangest experience in the world to realise that your entire thought process about the world as it was in your dream was completely wrong. I have no idea what I was dreaming about. I don't think it could have been good because I don't tend to have nice dreams anymore. I've reached 25 and I'm pretty sure that it's all downhill from about 2 years ago. So yeah, good dreams are gone. So there I was, waking up, getting up, and then I remembered this whole day of reading, and then I remembered talking to people. I remembered just what I'd done yesterday. I remembered putting this video on YouTube yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, I did all of that. That happened. That the day was lost. I mean, I'm putting it down to the fact that Saturday night, Sunday morning, didn't really sleep, and then last night I went to bed 11 o'clock. I mean, that's early for me nowadays. And at about midnight, I was falling asleep. So to wake up at 7 o'clock with absolutely no recollection of a day, well, that was a bit disturbing. Do you know there was another video I was going to make as well? I was going to make a video about nerves. I was going to make a video about my books. I was going to do all of these grand things. And then as I was driving to work and I was stuck in the traffic again, I thought, do you know what? We haven't done a traffic update in a while. So here's what I want to tell you about the traffic today. Firstly, I thought it might have been okay. I was leaving the house 20 minutes later than usual because I have discovered there is a car here. Do I know this person? Red Mazda. Oh, it's Derek. We'll be going. Oh, you've turned a bit. Right. Now, I'm hoping to download a nice little bit of software onto this iPhone in order that I could edit out that entire last bit and try and recall where I was. But yeah, I think I was talking about the traffic. So I was coming out of the one-way system down the bottom of my street. Thought it was going to be good. Thought it was going to be very easy because it was disappearing. I was like, oh, I've got in here. There's no more traffic behind me. And then, I hadn't even driven down the road. And I was at the back of this traffic and we were stopped. And I was just in traffic. And then I got onto the dual carriageway and everyone was moving out into the right-hand lane. I was like, oh, I wonder why they're doing that. It's clearly this white van down there. No, because then the white van moved and it was this little old Golf. I don't know how old it was, but it was old. And I thought, oh, I'm stuck now because all the traffic behind me was moving into the right-hand lane. So there was nowhere for me to go. The stuff that had gone in front of me hadn't yet moved enough that I could get into the right-hand lane. So I was just stuck behind this little car as everyone else is going past me, waving bye, sayonara, leaving on a jet plane, that sort of stuff. And driving along. And then finally, I get the chance to overtake him. And I overtake this bloody car. And then I end up stuck behind the white van. And then I can't overtake the white van. And the white van is only going at 50 miles an hour down 7-mile dual carriageway. And so, luckily, he moves off. He's turning round the roundabout. That's all good. And then I hit traffic again. And I was in all the traffic. And it wasn't very nice. And I don't like traffic. And I get stuck in it when I don't leave for work. an hour and a half early? Why does there need to be a road to Manchester? Can't we just like force all the people that need to go to Manchester to like get on a train or some shit, and I could just go and I could just make my nice 20-minute drive to Poynton without having had this worry that I'm going to get stuck in all the Manchester traffic? No, we can't do that. Anyway, the whole point of me actually telling the story about the traffic was the fact that when I got stuck at the traffic lights, there was a red car in front of me, and I don't do well with red cars. As we all know, my third, but actually second driving test, I failed because of a red Mazda moving too quickly. And yes, you fail because of your own things, but the red Mazda, who admittedly was driving too quickly, ended up having to brake, and so you became an obstruction and you failed your test. And that one thing that annoyed me, not because the driving instructor wasn't doing his job, because we'd literally only left the test centre 2 minutes ago. He could have said to me, "You failed, we may as well turn back around now," and I would have turned back around. It was an awful day. That was my secret driving test I hadn't told anybody about. I'd taken flu medication and some strong painkillers. I was not fit to be taking a driving test. I'd wasted 60, 70, I don't know how many bloody pounds it was. I'd wasted all that money. He could have just said after 2 minutes, "Right, no, sorry, you failed now." Because do you know something? I could have gone home. Doctors was on. I'm not the biggest fan of Doctors, really, but it's daytime television. New show. Shakespeare and Hathaway, Private Investigators. Brilliant show. Daytime television, taking over the slot where Father Brown usually is, starring Mark Benton and Joe Joyner. And, I'd really enjoy that show. So far, at night, I've been watching Death in Paradise, but that seems to have stopped. Now, I found another nice little cosy TV show to watch. I don't know whether you know this about me, but I don't have the time for all this, these TV shows with, conspiracy theories. I need, easy watching. It needs to be done. It needs to be just that I can watch it over 45 minutes. You're done. You're dusted. I can dip in and out of the series. It doesn't matter. And I can do that. And, yeah. It's why I've given up on Game of Thrones. I've given up on Arrow. And I watched that for 5 years. But yeah, if your show's going on for longer than 5 years as well, I don't have that much time to dedicate to it because I just think about how old I'm getting and how old I've got watching you. So, sorry about it. Yeah. But yes, that Shakespeare and Hathaway. It's not that, obviously it isn't the best TV show in the world. It does resort to some stereotypes to tell its stories. And, the murders are kinda a bit easy to solve, but I quite like being able to solve a mystery. It's not like CSI. I am still angry at CSI for an episode I saw years and years ago when I was either in my... Well, it was between 10 and 20, wasn't it? Because there was definitely... Anyway, teenage years, let's say. And CSI did this whole thing, and they had them interviewing suspects and everything, and then it all came down to just DNA. So they just matched everything with DNA, and it turned out not to be any of the suspects you'd seen at all, and it was just some, extra that was brought on. Oh, look, he's a murderer, and then they dragged him off. And, oh my lord, I'm still not over it. I'll never be over it, and I think it was the worst bit of storytelling I've ever seen on television. I don't care that you're showing that your crime scene investigators are the shit, and, you can't be just a detective trying it because DNA works. No. You gotta tell the story still. Even if they just told the side story about this character and you're wondering what it was till the end, it would have been okay. But nah. I'm not a donkey. I might be an ass, but I'm not a donkey. So yeah, this is where my thoughts are on Monday morning as I arrive late to work. I'm not late to work. I arrived an hour early. I always arrive an hour early. I mean, when I used to... Sometimes I'd get a lift off the former area manager because she used to live around the corner from me. And I'd get here... She'd get me to leave the house at 8:30. And I'd still get here on time. But, yeah, it's just who I am. I hate being late anywhere. If you ever come to my events, if I'm not there half an hour early, then please note I will be extremely nervous and extremely anxious because I need that half an hour. In fact, I did an event at Congleton Library over a year ago now. This wasn't... was it since then? Yeah, this one was over a year ago. I've done 2 last year. Really enjoy Congleton Library. And I did this event there. And I walked in. And it was me, Margaret Holbrook and Joy Winkler. And I walked in. And there were already people there. And I'd arrived an hour early. Or 45 minutes to an hour early. And they'd got there. And they got there early for the same reason I had. The buses. We were getting 2 completely different buses, but they got there before I had because of buses. So that was fun. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. Now that I've given you a nice traffic update and I've got a bit ranty and ravey. It's always nice to get these out of my system. Now, I mean, I've been playing with my hair a lot. I don't know whether you've noticed, it's getting quite long. I keep talking about my hair. Common topics this month. Hair and laptop. Hair, laptop. Where are the books? Where are the books? I don't know where the books are. I'm sorry. If you want books, go over to Wild Reads. Go to Dave at Wild Reads. He has a ton of books. A ton. Book hauls, book reviews, tells you what books are coming out each month. Great channel. Go watch it. Also, if you're here because of Katie over at Books and Things, I should, let's say thank you to the people that have mentioned my channel that have invited a lot of new subscribers to see this handsome face. So we've got Dave at Wild Reads, we've got Katie over at Books and Things, and we had Mal over at Mal's Bookland Adventures. I know that was at Christmas, but it still counts. Anyway, I hope they enjoyed this video, and until next time, that is all.